10 forbidden films you were never meant to watch. 1. A Clockwork Orange, 1971. Stanley Kubrick's A Clockwork Orange became one of the most controversial films ever made. Its brutal violence, disturbing assaults, and shocking portrayal of youth crime created national panic in the UK. After reports of real-life copycat attacks, Kubrick himself requested that the film be pulled from British cinemas. It remained banned in the UK for nearly 30 years, turning it into a legendary, forbidden film that people whispered about but could barely find anywhere. 2. The Exorcist, 1973. When The Exorcist was released, audiences fainted, screamed, and ran out of theaters in fear. Many religious countries refused to show the film, claiming it was blasphemous and too satanic for the public. Some communities even believed the movie was cursed. Theaters reported heart attacks, panic attacks, and mass hysteria. It was banned in parts of the Middle East and heavily censored in Europe, cementing its legacy as one of the most spiritually disturbing films ever made. 3. Cannibal Holocaust, 1980. Few films in history match the level of chaos caused by Cannibal Holocaust. After its release, the director was arrested because authorities believed the actors had been murdered on camera. Several scenes were so realistic that people were convinced the movie contained real killings. Italy immediately banned the film, and many countries followed. Even today, Cannibal Holocaust is restricted in multiple regions and widely considered one of the most disturbing films ever produced. 4. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 1974. This horror classic was banned not for what it showed, but for the tension and terror it created. With its gritty realism and documentary-style violence, many countries refused to screen it, calling it too extreme for audiences. The film was banned in the UK and several Scandinavian nations, and in some places it was only allowed in heavily edited form. Ironically, the lack of blood made it even scarier, adding to the legend behind its worldwide censorship. 5. The Last Temptation of Christ, 1988. Martin Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ sparked global outrage upon release. Religious leaders condemned it for depicting Jesus in a humanized, vulnerable way, and the film was banned in several countries, including Chile, Mexico, and parts of Europe. Violent protests broke out in France, where a cinema showing the film was even firebombed. The controversy became so intense that the movie's reputation as a forbidden film spread faster than the film itself. 6. Salo, or The 120 Days of Sodom, 1975. Salo is one of the most banned films in modern history. Based on the writings of the Marquis de Sade, it portrays extreme torture, abuse, and psychological torment. Many countries continue to ban it today, including regions in Asia, South America, and parts of Europe. Critics argue that it's too shocking for mainstream audiences, while others see it as a political statement. Regardless, Salo is widely regarded as one of the most disturbing films ever created. 7. Natural Born Killers, 1994. Oliver Stone's Natural Born Killers caused huge controversy for its portrayal of media-driven violence. After several real-life murders were linked to the film, countries including Ireland and New Zealand banned or restricted it. Lawsuits were filed, protests erupted, and some governments demanded tighter film censorship because of it. The movie became a symbol of how cinema can influence society and how dangerous certain stories can appear when real crimes mirror fiction. 8. The Human Centipede 2, 2011. If the first film was shocking, the sequel was considered unbearable. The UK initially banned The Human Centipede 2, stating that its scenes of mutilation, captivity, and obsession were unacceptable. Australia followed with restrictions of its own. Many critics believe the film crossed every possible line, pushing horror into a place most countries were not willing to allow. Eventually, edited versions were released, but the original cut remains prohibited in certain regions. 9. The Interview, 2014. Unlike the others on this list, the interview was not banned because of violence, but because of political tension. The film's comedy about the assassination of North Korea's leader triggered international threats. Major theater chains in the United States pulled the movie after hackers linked to North Korea launched cyber attacks and promised retaliation. The film was effectively soft banned, with only a limited digital release. Its controversy proved that even a comedy can shake global politics. 10. The Bunny Game, 2010. This extreme underground horror film was banned in the UK due to its disturbing portrayal of abduction and exploitation. The British Board of Film Classification stated that the content was too degrading to be allowed, even with heavy editing. Many viewers described the film as one of the hardest to watch, with scenes that blurred the line between performance and reality. The Bunny Game remains one of the most censored independent films of the last 20 years. These films prove one thing: cinema isn't always about entertainment. Sometimes it pushes boundaries so far that governments, religious organizations, and entire nations feel the need to stop it. But no matter how many bans they face, forbidden films always find a way to survive, usually becoming more famous than if they had been released normally. Because when something is banned, people always want to know why. Make sure you like and subscribe and share for more of these videos.